for me, like it's more so about like the vibe. So really, like as long as I can catch a vibe in the environment, I'm gonna make great music.
Okay, guys, I welcome you live on SBTV Africa. My name is simply DJ Nyame. If you just chance on our channel, subscribe to our channel, like it, share, invite your friends to come join us. You know what we do when it comes to SBTV Africa, the voice of the community. This segment or this program is called Daily Hustle Worldwide. All you need is the internet. Wherever you are across the world, you can just come on our show. Our numbers are on the screen. You just have to WhatsApp me or call me on 0244-790902 or 0240-677-898. Once again, my name is DJ Nyame. Today, I'm going to do entertainment. Yes, I go vibe with one Ghanaian brethren for Yankee. Baddest producer. But he go America, he born for America. So he there. I tell him, say we go do PG and things. As he say, the shake. But we go blend them. Me too, with my English. You know, be 100%. Then today the vibe goes sweet rough. So I'm going to talk to one baddest sound engineer in US. He's a Ghanaian though. He's called Nabeyin. Nabeyin, I welcome you live on SBTV Africa. How are you?
Man, I'm good, man. How you doing?
Good. I'm also good. What's your full name? What's your real name actually?
Edgar Nabeyins Planford.
Oh, okay. So where were you born, in Ghana or in
No.
Yankee?
Yeah, I was born in the States, San Bernardino,
States. Okay.
California.
Oh, okay. I see. Today we want to know you. First of all, congratulations. I saw your you on the Grammys, all that with Rocky Downey and all that. Tell us more. How did you feel for all those Grammys thing? Tell us more.
Man, honestly, the feeling was very surreal because it's like I always dreamt and like prayed about the day that I'd be at least nominated, and like it finally came. But it's like you never really know what it's gonna be like until you're actually there. And so it's like, you know, a lot of times people sort of when you're working with like a lot of big name artists, like you sort of put them on a pedestal. And it's like it's sort of you don't realize how attainable it actually is until you're like in the room bumping shoulders with him. It's like, wow, we're all in the same level, the same playing ground. So it was a dope experience to say the least.
Oh, great. Let's get to know you from this angle. So you were born in the States, and have been coming to Ghana?
Yeah, I've been to Ghana plenty of times. I think the last time I was out there was 2018 for my sister's wedding. And I worked with a few artists out there as well.
How many siblings do you have?
There's about 3 of us.
Oh, 3. Okay. Let's talk about the beat producing. How did it start? How did it all start?
Okay, so when my dad used to always just have keyboards around the house, but I would just mess around with them. So I didn't know what I was doing. But when my brother came to the States, KG, he taught me how to make beats when I was around 11 years old. And I know in high school, I started getting into like Ninth Wonder and Jay Dilla, like all the underground hip hop boom bap music. And so once I started getting into that really influenced my production. And so that's when I started to really take my craft seriously and learn how to produce.
Oh, okay. So you remember the first artist you played beat for?
Definitely. I definitely remember that. I think, honestly, the first artist I played beats for was my brother. But after that, it was my boy, Jay Kasai. We used to come home from school and we would just work on music. Like I remember I've known him since I was in elementary school, but it was just crazy how it worked out because we were both into the same stuff. And he was like, yo, I rap. And I was like, oh, that's crazy. I make beats. And he was like, let's work on music. I was like, all right, let's do it.
This year is not the first time. I heard you've been nominated 2 times. You can tell us more about it.
Or last year was my first time being nominated, but it
Hmm.
was in 2 categories: best rap album and album of the year. So
Hmm.
that's why I
Oh,
say
okay.
2 time nominated. But yeah, this is
Oh,
actually I'm being nominated.
oh, okay, okay, okay. I was just reading this on your Instagram page though. So, you produce beats for Kanye West, Drake, Nas, The Game, a lot. How many artists have you
Listen,
produced all these beats for?
honestly, I couldn't even tell you. It's a lot. Like you would have to literally go to my produced by Nabeyin playlist and just look at all the songs. It's over 80 songs in that playlist. So
Wow,
yeah, it's a lot of records I produced. You know, some major labels, some big time independent artists, and then also up and coming artists as well. Like, you know, I like to work with everybody who makes good music, as long as it makes sense.
let's talk about the top artists. Name
Mm,
them. How many artists, top artists, trending? Name them.
okay.
Artists
Let's
that you've played
see.
beats for.
Um, I've worked with Kanye, Nas, The Game, Miguel, J Rock from TDE, Isaiah Rashad, that's TDE, Absol, Schoolboy Q, Reason, Westside Boogie, Nav. I know me and Timbaland have a couple beats together. Um, man, it's a lot. There's also a lot of stuff that I have that isn't released, and I can't really speak on that now. But just know some stuff is coming.
Wow, wow, wow. That's great. But it looks like you are not that popular in Ghana. Why?
Honestly, nobody really just people just don't know who I am. I really just think
Mm,
that's what it is. But I feel like if I were to if I had access to working with a lot of the bigger acts out there, it would be a lot easier because they'll hear the
maybe,
voice tag, and that's when you know people get to searching.
maybe you've not done anything for any Ghanaian artist yet.
No, I have. I've worked with EL. I've worked
Mm.
with Gemini. I've worked with Manifest.
You are too. I can see all these artists you mentioned. I can see you do too much of like rap. You are into more of rap, right?
Yeah, I do, but I'm versatile. So I do rap. I do R&B, I do pop, I do jazz, I do soul. I also do film scoring. I do I do Afrobeat. Like really, whatever inspires me is what I'm gonna create. But also at the
Wow.
same time, I don't have access to certain artists. Then it's like I can't really get those beats off. Like I have plenty of Afro beats. I just don't have. I just haven't got the chance to like link with all the Afrobeat artists. And me
Oh,
personally, I hate sending beats. I hate doing the whole oh let me email you a pack. Like I personally like to be in the studio with the artist and create something from scratch because that's when it feels the most genuine and the most organic. And on top of that, a lot of artists will say they want one thing, but when you actually get in the studio with them, you guys create a completely different idea. It happens every time. So
so do you see it's wrong for the sound engineers playing beat and sending it to artists and say, okay, so at least what I have for you, come kill it on all that. You don't want it that way. You want the artist to come so you work things together.
yeah, that's how I prefer it. But honestly, I do it always because you know I'm in the States. I don't have access to come out to Ghana like whenever I want because I also have a lot of work to do here. So it's just like the communication just has to be there back and forth whenever we're doing it that way.
So Drake or Nas, they call you to the studio, they come to your studio, you don't send them beat.
No, so usually when it comes to them, those have been like well as far as the Nas one, I know that was a record that he did with Hit Boy as well. Hit Boy is the one that's been producing all of Nas's stuff. And so I ended up sending that beat to them and then they cut the record and then they sent it back to me. And then as far as the Drake record goes, that was also a collaboration that I did with 2 other producers that I know. And so, yeah, Drake ended up getting on that one.
Let's talk about inspiration. How do you get the inspiration to play, like to play the beat? Let's say when that the artist come to the studio, or maybe I say, okay, Nabeyin, okay, Charlie, I want you to do something for me. I go to the studio with you. How do you get the inspiration to play all these things?
For me, it's usually just a simple conversation. I'll just ask
Mm,
them, "How are you feeling?" "Oh, I'm stressed out. You know, I have this, and this going on," or whatever the case may be. And I'll just be like, "Okay, cool." And then I'll just start playing. I'll just start figuring out chord progressions and stuff just to like match the emotion of the artist so that, they feel more connected to it. Or there's other times where they'll come in the studio and I'll be like, "Let me listen to some stuff that you worked on. Like, what vibe are you on?" And then they'll be like, "Oh yeah, so this is what I've been doing." And so I'll listen, and then I'll be like, "Okay, now let me blend my world with your world, and then we can create
mm,
a sound."
mm, I see. Let's talk about music genre, hip hop, Afrobeat. You are in the States. How is the Afrobeat music doing?
How Man, the Afrobeat music scene out here is definitely bubbling. Like, I'm
Mm,
starting to see a lot more people gravitate towards that sound a lot, and I'm excited. But I'm also more excited because it's like, when American artists do it, like, we sort of put our spin on it sonically. So I like to blend a lot of different sounds together. So it's like we still keep the same elements of the original Afrobeat, but we also can bring pop elements into it. We could also bring hip hop elements into it. Out here, we could make it jazzy. So it's like you have a new sound of Afro.
oh, okay. So you're planning to work with, let's talk about Ghana. Since you are Ghanaian, are you planning to work with any Afrobeat artists in Ghana or high life artists in Ghana or any genre? Apart from the EL and you mentioned Manifest, do you have any artists in mind to work with?
Man, I want to work with Sock for sure. Sock is hard. Kwabna actually hit me up not too long ago, and so I'm gonna reach out to him and make sure that we get some work in. And Black Sheriff too. Black Sheriff is hard. I really like Black Sheriff, so I definitely got to do some stuff for him. I already have ideas for what I want to do with him, so
Oh,
that's
okay.
a brainer.
Are you coming to Ghana this year? Any plans?
Yeah, I'm actually supposed to be out there next month.
You coming next month?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay. So you'll be working when you come. You'll be working with all these artists that you mentioned.
Man, I'm trying to work every single day I'm out there. The same way that I work every day out here, I'm trying to carry that to Ghana.
Are you planning to have a studio or to build a studio in Ghana whereby you also want to work from here or something? Any plans like that?
Man, definitely. I already have like people in mind that I would want to help manage that. Like, I've already planned out who I want to even manage the studio while I'm in the States. But it's like,
Oh,
I've been to like some of the studios out there, and it's like a real it feels like real like I'm in a home studio, which is dope because it's like, I feel comfortable. But at the same time, it's like I want to build sort of the same setup that like we have here in America. I want my studio to have like all the keyboards, all the synthesizers. I want the Osberger speakers in the wall, like all of that. Like, I really want it to be like no other studio in Ghana. So that's the plan for the future.
wow.
Sure.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Let's talk about talking about the studio. I've seen a lot, a couple of guys. They have all this simple equipment and all that. They just have laptop and a mic and all that. That they fix it. They said they are producing beat. They don't really. I don't know whether all those things that they need, their big equipment and all that. It looks like now everything has turned simple. They play everything from their laptop with a mic and all that, and that's it. And they go mix it. Is that what
Yeah,
you are talking about, or which one are you talking about? Putting all this expensive equipment, but now most of the boys I see they use some simple stuff.
yeah. Honestly, at the end of the day, I will always say this: it's not what you use, but how you use it. Like, the records I did for Drake, I did that on my laptop with some small speakers at home.
Mm.
Ended up with Drake. But then there's also times where like I've been in the big studios and I've created the records that I did for the game or the one that I did for Nas. So for me, like it's more so about like the vibe. So really, like as long as I can catch a vibe in the environment, I'm gonna make great music.
Wow. So, Nabeyin, I like to call you Nabeyin
Hmm.
because that's your real name, but you said Nabeyin.
Yeah,
What?
not that's how everyone in the
Nabeyin.
yeah that's how everyone in the
You
states
change your
pronounce.
name to Nabeyin. Nanabeyin. Nabeyin. So, how did you get all these links to this big artist, Drake, Nas, and the game? And how do you get all those links to?
All through relationships that I've had in the industry and being in the right place at the right time. Like
Mm.
I literally have a story for every placement. So you would have to tell me the story, or you would have to tell me the artist, and I can give you the story and trace it back to the first person I met to how I got it to that artist.
Okay, then let's talk about Drake.
Drake. Okay. My boy Tafashe was on Twitter one day, and there's this producer named Niz, and he was asking for sounds. Tafashe linked me with Niz. We went out to Nizzy's studio in Calabasas. So from that moment, we started building the relationship, building it, building it. We were always working together. And then 3 years, 2 years later, 2 years after that, we were in the studio and his brother comes and he's like, oh, we're working on stuff for this artist named Geshi. And he was like, we need melody ideas. And I was like, all right, cool. So then I go back home, do like 4 different melody ideas. I send it to them. I hear nothing about it. And then I'm in Norway with KG because he was performing with Stoneboy at the 60th Independence Day event. And I get a call and Nizzy's like, yo, we got one on Drake's album. And I'm like, you're lying. There's no way like I got one this early in my career. And it was real. And so I'm listening. They're saying like, oh, he's dropping the album on Friday. He's gonna premiere it on Apple Music. I was like, all right, cool. So I'm listening to the album. I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm just like, man, they might have been lying. Like, there's no way that the song is like on the album. And the moment I finish that thought, I hear my chord progressions playing, and then the beat drops and Drake starts singing. I just lose my mind. It was the craziest feeling.
Wow. What about Kanye West?
All right, so Kanye West. I was in the Bay Area. All right, this story is a testament to me always knowing that everything happens for a reason, for one. I'm going to start off by saying that. I was in the Bay Area. Me and my friends, we had this company called Culture by Collectives where we would throw different events and stuff. So we were throwing a fashion event in San Francisco. So I came out there that weekend and I met up with my boys, Bankroll Got It. And so they're like, oh, let's go get something to eat. I was like, cool. So we link up, we go eat. I leave, they pick me up. I leave my car in their trunk. And so we're gone for all of 30 minutes. I come back. I'm like, let me get my backpack out the trunk. They open it. And I'm like, where's my backpack? And then they have this funny look on their face and they're like, our backpacks aren't in here either. And so I'm walking around the car and I realize I'm stepping on broken glass. So somebody had broke into their car, stole our backpacks. I lost all the work I did in my master's program, all of my
Hmm.
beats, my laptop, it was all gone. And so I disappeared for like a good month. And then once again, Nizzy of Wallace Lane hits me up and he's like, yo, what's up? Where you been? I was like, bro, I got my laptop stolen. I'm down bad. Like, I haven't been able to make music, like all types of stuff. And he's like, you know what? Don't even trip. Like, come over to the crib. We're going to work on even more ideas. We're going to get on Drake's next album, blah, blah, blah. So we did 8 ideas. And that was that. So three years later, I get a call from Nizzy and he's playing me the song. And it's one of the melody ideas that we had worked on. And I hear a voice on it. And I'm like, who is that singing on that? And he's like, it's Kanye featuring Travis Scott. So the original version of this song was Kanye featuring Travis Scott. He was like, the song linked, but they're saying that it's still gonna make the album. And I was just like, yo, this is actually crazy. Like, had my laptop, if my laptop never would have gotten stolen, like I would not have linked with Nizzy. We would not have created that idea for Heaven and Hell. So
I know you have more artists, but let me just ask you the last one, and then the Nas. Let's end with Nas because I know you have the game. You
yeah,
have more artists on your list, but
yeah. Okay, so
Nas.
Nas. Okay, so this was done through Hit Boy. All right, so I know Hit Boy's cousin JB. I think one day JB was working out of Hit Boy studio, and he was like, "Oh, pull up." And so we're working, and then we go to Hit Boy's room, and then Hit Boy's playing me like some of the stuff he's working on, and he's talking about this new artist he's working with, and I was like, dope. And so we get his contact. So I get his contact, and then um, Hit Boy had dropped the album because he also raps as well. And so I text him like, "Yo, are you still in your rapping bag?" And he's like, "Yeah, send me beats." So this is one of those situations. So sent him some beats. He could have rough idea to the record, and I was like, "Okay, dope." And so literally the very next year, his cousin calls me, and he's like, "Congrats on the Nas placement." I'm like, "What do you mean Nas placement?" And he's like, "Yeah, Hit Boy put Nas on that song that you produced." And I was like, "You're lying." And he's like, "Don't tell nobody I told you, but Nas is on there. I heard the song." And sure enough, like it dropped and Nas was on it. I'm like, "Yo, this is crazy." Like, because Nas is my favorite rapper. And I always knew like at some point, like I needed to get a Nas record at some point in my career. So
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. Have you tried or have you sent any beats to any artist before that rejects it? Says, oh no, I don't like this one. Another one.
Yeah, it happens all the time. Especially when there'll be times where I'm in the session and I'll be going through beats and the artist be like, "No, next one, play the next one." And then I'll play a beat, but then I'll skip past it and they're like, "No, no, no, go back to that one." Cause I'm just like, that beat is terrible. Like, why do you want that one? Like every producer would tell you the same thing. Like we all have this story where we're playing what we think is like our dopest beats. And the artist is like, nah, 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 next. And then we accidentally play something that we hate and the artist is in love with it. So
Oh,
yeah, that's usually how it goes sometimes.
anyway, so how let's talk about your family, your parents. How did they feel when you were nominated for all this? And are they
Man,
proud? Are they proud of you as well?
they're definitely proud of me.
Mm.
My dad isn't here, but I know he's watching down and I know he's proud. But I will say though, like me wanting to do music at first, they did not approve at all. Like
Yeah.
you already know, like as Africans in general, like our parents don't want us to be in entertainment or in music or anything of that sort. And so I don't know, just me being able to be Grammy nominated and work with all these
Mm.
artists, I feel
Mm.
like I'm showing the next generation that it's possible to do this. So that's really a dope feeling because when I first wanted to do it, my parents, because all right, so I'm graduating high school. First of all, it's never a choice of do you want to go to college or not. It's what college do you want to go to. And so I chose my college, and they're like, "What do you want to study? Because you can do anything." I said, "I want to do music." And they were like, "No, you can do computer engineering or you can do nursing. So what do you want to do?" And I'm just like, if you guys are going to give me my options, then why would you ask me what I want to do in the first place? So yeah, that's pretty much that.
Oh, nice, nice. Okay, so before I leave you, what do you have to say? Are you going to work hard so next year you gonna grab the award?
Man, of course. Like the work doesn't stop. One thing about me, I'm always gonna work, no matter what. And if I don't win it next year, I'm gonna work even harder and harder and harder until I get the goal.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, have the mindset of an athlete because I used to be a track and field athlete. So Yeah, my
We
work
speak
ethic is unmatched.
most of the guys, the entertainment guys, we speak PG and all that in Ghana, Nigeria, Sierra Leone. Do you speak PG yourself?
They speak them small. I'm still
Or
learning.
you dey speak small?
Yeah, they
You can't
speak.
catch me for here where they make my English all finish. My
Man, come
English
on.
all finish.
Listen, let's do this. You teach me, I teach you.
You can't catch me by force. I for slang. Me too. I don't go America yet. My English all finish. Charlie, I know. No, I'll teach you. I'll teach you, man. You know, I've not been to the States yet. I need to slang. Hey, yeah, what's up? What's up? Me too. I don't go
Listen,
America.
listen.
Ghana.
Don't even trip. Don't even trip, my guy. I got you. Don't even trip.
So what advice do you have for the youth, those coming, those musicians out there, those who are into producing, beats producing just like you? What do you have telling them? And then let's come to Ghana. Since you're a Ghanaian, who is your favorite or your best beat producer?
Hammer. That's the legend. Hammer's the
Hammer,
legend. Yeah, that's the legend. That's
the
he.
last two.
Honestly, when I first was learning how to make beats, I was trying to make Hammer beats before anybody else. Like that was like the biggest influence on me as I was a kid. So
Mm.
shout out my guy Hammer. As far as advice that I got, please, please, please learn how to play the keys, because that literally is what has gotten me into so many rooms. Just for the fact that like I know how to play the keys, and a lot of producers out here are drum programmers, which there's nothing wrong with. But you have an advantage because you have a skill or asset that most other people don't. So they find value in that. So my advice: learn how to play the keys, and also learn how to be of service to others. Because once you can figure that out, people are always going to want you around.
So who is your favorite musician in Ghana? Who do you listen to?
I listen to a lot of people. I listen to Sock. I listen to I listen to Manifest. That's my guy. Obviously, I listen to KGPM. So I'm gonna just be biased and say KG.
Because of course KG is your man, so you can't take him out.
Yeah, I can. That's big bro right there. That's big
Charlie,
bro.
nice passing through the show. Nabeyin, Nabeyin. Mimi wagana ha. Ntunti twi kra, unti inkra unti hwe.
Little
Which
bit.
tribe are you from Ghana? Which tribe?
So
Nabeyin.
so my dad is Fanti tribe. My mom is Ashanti tribe.
Oh, okay. So which one do you speak? Yeah, now can.
I understand. I don't really speak the language. I understand it better than I can speak it.
Oh, why ra? Oh, yeah, ra. Sanka utimi kabi
It's
kakra.
Listen, it's a long story.
Long story, listen. I don't know can ofie.
Long story short, my parents tried to teach me. It didn't work out because I was too confused. Because I was learning, I was basically hearing three different languages when I was like 2, 3 years old, and I wasn't talking until I was 4. So the doctor just told him stick to one language, and that's what it was. So I never learned.
Okay, then I hope when you come to Ghana, you start learning it.
Man, you got to teach me. What's
Yeah,
up?
we'll teach you. We
All
will
right,
teach you, eh?
cool. Listen,
So when you come to Ghana, you have to learn it, eh?
hey, I'm
Are you?
for real. I'm gonna pull up to the studio and I'm gonna be
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. You need, yeah,
it's
yeah,
2
yeah.
p.m. I need my lessons.
Yes, you need to come. We'll teach you.
All
Eh?
right.
Are you married? You have kids?
No, not at all.
Oh,
Single man,
okay.
no kids, trying to make it in this making it in this music industry.
You plan of getting married to any Ghanaian since you are from Ghana?
We'll see. Only time will tell who I end up falling in love
I
with.
I did ya. Charlie, nice having you on the show, eh? Big ups to you, bro. Respect, eh?
Big up to you, man. Thank
Some
you for
shout
having
outs. You want
me
to
up.
give some shout out to your friends?
Yes. Shout out KG. Shout out OE. Shout out the Inland Empire. We out here.
Nice one. Nabeyin passing through SVTV Africa. This daily hustle worldwide. All you need is the internet. My name is DJ Nyame. Big ups. Big shout out to Nabeyin for passing through. Big shout out to KG. Respect to you, KG. Nice one. Big shout out to you. Challenge Tua. I'm out.